let me set the scene. A couple of days ago, I was sitting here, I was like, I really want to watch a film. I haven't watched a film in ages. Well, that's a lie, but quite a while. I usually stick to TV shows. I was like, I really fancy watching a Nicolas Cage film. Weirdly enough, I just randomly wanted to watch one. He's actually a good actor. What it was, on our Virgin TiVo box, I'd recorded The Weatherman with Nicolas Cage, but I didn't fancy watching that one. I thought, let's just have a little look at what he's done. So, somewhere around here. Bear with me. Oh my god. Anyway, we have a Fire Stick, which I had the remote for somewhere. Do you think I can find it now? Anyway, we have a Amazon Fire Stick, and it's one of the voice activated ones. So you press the button, speak into it, and it'll search for whatever you want. So I literally turned on the Fire Stick, and right there was a Nicolas Cage film without me even searching. I thought, this is weird. It's like voodoo or fate or something or other. All I did was pick up the remote, and there a Nicolas Cage film was. It's not one of his better ones. It was called Next. Anyway, I didn't watch it the other day. I started to watch one I'd never heard of, and I still have half of it to watch, so I can't tell you if it's any good or not. But it's called Vampire's Kiss. It's from the 80s, and it is as daft as it sounds from what I've seen so far. But when I finish watching it, I'll do a little review. But today I just thought I'd go through all of Nicolas Cage's movies on IMDb. And I might do this with some more actors, stroke actresses over time. So that'd be pretty cool. I really want to see his latest one. Well, it was out last year, wasn't it? The one where he plays himself. That looks so funny. Anyway, according to IMDb, Nicolas Cage has acted in 111 movies and directed one. That's a bit surprising. He's only directed one movie. Let me just see if we can come up with the from the beginning to the end is what I'm after. Okay, how's this gonna work? Work. Just bloody work. I don't know if they'll be in year order, like in chronological order. Hopefully they are. Yes, they are. Haha. Alright, we're going to start off, and if I've seen the ones I've seen, if I can remember what they're like, I'll give you a bit of thought on them. I might do this over 2 videos, because he's done 111 movies. The first one was 1981, and it was The Best of Times. Now, for anyone who doesn't know, his uncle or granddad or father-in-law is Francis Ford Coppola, who did the Godfather movies. That was Nicolas Cage's early claim to fame, and in this movie he plays Nicolas Coppola. So what is this about? Let's have a little look. The Best of Times. Here's the lives of 7 teenage friends in 1981, singing, dancing and breaking the fourth wall. Okay. But yeah, Nicolas Cage is the godson or grandson or something of Francis Ford Coppola. So that was his first ever film that he did on IMDb. That got a 5.3 rating. Then he did 1982's Fast Times at Ridgemont High. This is a famous film. I've never watched it, believe it or not. He plays a brat. So in his first couple of movies, he actually went by his real name. Like his character was named after himself by the looks of it, because in this movie, he was called Nicolas Coppola. Bit weird. That got a 7.1 rating. In 1983, he did Valley Girl. That is a Valley Girl. and that got a 6.4 rating. His character was called Randy. Then another very famous film, I'm sure this starred, I've not clicked on it yet, so it's still on, I'm not looking, but I'm sure this starred, bloody phone's going off here. What's his name? Oh, flipping heck. Sorry guys, yeah, I'm pretty sure Matt Dillon is in that movie. Let's have a look. I've never watched it, but I remember seeing the DVD case. It's like black and white. I'm sure the writing Rumplefish is in pink. Let's have a little look at the 7.1 rating, and it stars, yeah, Matt Dillon and Mickey Rourke. Wow, what a cast! Diane Lane, Dennis Hopper, and Nicolas Cage. Also Chris Penn, the late brother of Sean Penn. He was also in Reservoir Dogs. And Lawrence. I've got to watch this movie. This is a great cast. What's it about? Absent-minded street folk Rusty James struggles to live up to his legendary older brother's reputation and longs for the days of gang warfare. I want to see that film. There's not much I'd go and see X for these days, but something like that will be in there for like 50p or whatever. I'm going to check it out when I get a chance. 1984, we have Racing with the Moon. He played Nicky, Stroke, Bud, so two characters I guess. That got a 6.7 rating. 1984 he was in the Cotton Club as Vincent Dwyer. I've not heard of a lot of these at the minute, I've got to be honest. 1984, he was in Birdie as Al Columbrato. Got a 7.2 rating. 1986, he was in The Boy in Blue, playing Ned Hanlon. Got a 5.3 rating. Then he was in Peggy Sue Got Married. We're getting towards the ones I know now, not this one but the next one. Peggy Sue Got Married, and he played Charlie Bedell. Got a 6.4 rating. And now we're on to the ones I know. So we have Raising Arizona. This is hilarious. This film is so good. It's Nicolas Cage and let me look at the lady's name because mine's gone blank. Holly Hunter. And so the premise is when a childless couple of an ex-con and an ex-cop decide to help themselves to one of another family's children are quintuplets, so somebody's got like 4 or 5 kids, their lives become more complicated than they could imagine. Yes, so they steal someone's baby because this family have a lot of babies. It's not like stealing a nasty way. It's a very funny movie, and I hope I still have it. I have a Coen Brothers box set somewhere because this was a Coen Brothers movie. I'd like to watch that sometime soon. That is a very, very good film. And one of probably his, well, for me, it's his breakout movie. For a lot of other people, they might have seen him in other stuff before that. Let me make sure it was a Coen Brothers. I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah, Joel and Ethan Coen. So that is a film I want to watch again soon. Then we have Moonstruck. This was in 1987. I know of the movie, I've never watched it. Got a 7.1. In 1988, it Never on Tuesday. A 4.5 rating. And he just played like an extra, by the looks of it. He was the man in a red sports car. He wasn't even credited for the role. And then we're on to the one I'm currently watching, Vampire's Kiss. I can't believe this came out after Raising Arizona. Really strange that is. His acting seems to be a lot better in Raising Arizona than he did in Vampire's Kiss. So, I'll tell you about this in a review. I won't tell you about it today, but that got a 6.0 Sailor in 1990. Wings of the Apache in 1990 got 4.7. It looks pretty awful on the picture. God knows what this is. Industrial Symphony Number 1, The Dream of the Broken Hearted. He played Heartbreaker. I got 7.0 to be fair. Then he was in something in 1991 called Zanderley. I mean, this man did a lot of tosh back in the day. Played Johnny Collins, got 4.3. Then we have Honeymoon in Vegas. Not his last film with Vegas in the titles. He did Leaving Las Vegas, I think it's called. Honeymoon in Vegas, played Jack Singer in 92, got a 5.8 rating. Then we go to Amos and Andrew. Never heard of that. 1993, 5.7. Now I was alive during all of these movies at this point. Red Rock West in 1993 got a 7.0. He played Michael. Then we go to 1993, or State 1993, a 4.0 film out of 10. Ooh, Deadfall, he played Eddie. Next we have Guarding Tess in 1994. He played Doug Chesnick. Again, a lot of these I've not heard of. My time with Nicolas Cage was like mid to late 90s, I guess, with like Face Off, etc. Then we have It Could Happen to You in 94, playing Charlie Lang. Trapped in Paradise in 1994, where he played Bill Thurbo, got 5.9. Then he played Little Junior Brown in 95 in Kiss of Death. Sounds a bit dangerous. And this is one of his. This was like his. After this one here, he became like a superstar for quite a while. As this was Leaving Las Vegas. Literally, if you go through this IMDb like I just have, and you see so much rubbish like Deadfall and Guarding Tess, Trapped in Paradise, and then literally that was in 94, and then in 95 he did Leaving Las Vegas, which was like his breakout movie in Hollywood. Ben Sanderson, a Hollywood screenwriter who lost everything because of his alcoholism, arrives in Las Vegas to drink himself to death. There he meets and forms an uneasy friendship and a non-interference pact with prostitute Sarah. I've seen bits of this when I was younger. It's Nicolas Cage, Elizabeth Shue. She is from The Boys, if you've seen that TV show. Yeah, I remember bits of this movie. I don't think I've seen it all the way through. But it's like after this film, that was it. There was no holding him back then. Let's have a little look. So after that, he did one of my favourite ever Nicolas Cage movies, The Rock. Oh my god, when I was younger, I loved this. Sean Connery was badass in this film, and Nicolas Cage, and the bloke who, what's his name? Very, very famous actor. Played a bad guy, stroke good guy at the end. Let's have a look. Ed Harris. But Sean Connery in this movie is like, wow, he's wound back the years. It was so good. So yeah, The Rock is one of my favourite Nicolas Cage movies. And he followed that up with Con Air. I mean, listen to this for a trio of movies in a row. The Rock, Con Air, and Face Off. Three of the biggest action movies in that like 2-year period. So good. I mean, Nicolas Cage isn't like a Arnold Schwarzenegger. He was never a sliced alone, but he could pull off these roles really well. The Rock was 96, Con Air 97, and Face Off 97. Oh my god. So he played Cameron Poe in Con Air in 97. Obviously we all know the premise. Let's go back to The Rock. So with The Rock, it was basically, the idea was, the idea of The Rock is a former soldier recruits other former soldiers, and they take over Alcatraz, and they take hostages on Alcatraz, and they steal some like weapons of like not mass destruction but some pretty badass weaponry, and they set it up at Alcatraz and point it straight at America. So well, Alcatraz is in America, and it puts like off of the island, or whatever they call it. Not Staten Island, is it? It's like out in the middle of the sea. And they say they're going to fire it at America unless their demands are matched. And the demands ain't that bad. They want the families of the fallen soldiers to be looked after. And the idea of Sean Connery is the one man who over the years has escaped Alcatraz. So they figure if he can escape Alcatraz, he can get back into Alcatraz. And they recruit him to do that. And Nicolas Cage is like a chemicals expert, a weapons expert, in terms of like, he knows how to defuse bombs and stuff. So like, we'll take Sean Connery. He's freaking great. If you've not seen The Rock, watch it. It hasn't aged at all. It's not gone bad because it's like 20 odd years ago. It's still great. Then we have Con Air, where Nicolas Cage plays Cameron Poe, a convict being released. His daughter and wife are waiting for him back at home. He's been doing a jail term for manslaughter, I guess it'd be, because a man tried it on with his wife and wanted to know for an answer. Nicolas Cage punched him, the man died, or Cameron Poe punched him, the man died, so he goes to prison. And they ship him back to the US, or back home, wherever he's been based at, on a big plane with lots of other horrible convicts. You got Steve Buscemi, who kills women. And he's locked up like Hannibal Lecter. You got John Malkovich, who plays Cyrus the Virus, and he's the main bad guy. You got Ving Rhames, plays a bad guy. Flipping heck, is Danny Trejo in it? I think so. I'm pretty sure Danny Trejo is in this movie. Yeah, he is. Let me just confirm that though. I think he plays a man who's raped a load of women, and he has them all tattooed on his body, all the numbers of the women that he's raped. Let me just confirm that to be certain. So, Danny Trejo, are you in this movie? John Cusack as well is in this. Colm Meaney. Dave Chappelle. Wow, I didn't realise that was Dave Chappelle in that movie. Wow. Yeah, Danny Trejo. I don't know if I'm saying his name right. Trejo. He's in the movie anyway. And next let's give the ratings for those two films before we continue. So The Rock got a 7.4, rightly so. Con Air 6.9, that is travesty. That should be at least a 7.2. It's not as good as The Rock, but it should be 7.2 if you ask me. Then we have Face Off. Face Off. That's how he does in the movie. At a 7.3. Nice, don't like it. Nicolas Cage. This will be the last movie we talk about on this video. We'll come back and do part 2. Nicolas Cage. John Travolta. Of course, John Travolta. Nicolas Cage plays a... Let me get this straight. I always get confused here. So, Nicolas Cage plays a bad guy. Like a big drug dealer or something or other. And John Travolta plays a copper chasing him down. They capture Nicolas Cage, but they need to find out where a bomb is hidden that his brother has made. Nicolas Cage's brother has built a bomb, and they've caught his brother as well, and he's in prison. Nicolas Cage, they have him under arrest, but he's unconscious. And they're like, well, we need this information. We need to go undercover. What better way to go undercover than to go in as Nicolas Cage? So of course they've gone with this great new surgery where they can take Nicolas proceeds to put John Travolta's face on his faceless head, and he starts going around as the copper. So you've got Nicolas Cage, the bad guy, going around as John Travolta, the copper. John Travolta, the copper, going around as Nicolas Cage, the bad guy. Is really odd and can get a tad bit confusing if you're not watching it there and then, like, if you're trying to remember exactly the order it goes in. But yes, it's alright. It's not as good as The Rock for me. And I preferred Con Air, but still, that 2-year period of time was great for action films. Yeah, we knew somebody who could get like them on video before they came out of the cinema when I was a kid. The Rock went on a proper VHS, but I remember Face Off and Con Air, I believe, also, and Air Force One with Harrison Ford, and Alien Resurrection. We got on these VHS cassettes that were copies, but with proper boxes and proper inlays, you know, the paper, the picture on the front and stuff. It was so good. But yeah, and G.I. Jane was another one. Oh wow, what a great movie with Demi Moore. I need to watch some old movies, man. Crying out loud. My wife always says, you don't like old movies. No, that's not true. I do. They're just not the old movies that she likes. But yeah, we're going to return with part 2 for this, guys. We're getting to the movies that I know, and some of you will know now, of Nicolas Cage. So from 98 onwards, it's all go. Take it easy, guys. I'll see you again very soon. Bye bye.